we have our own TV station now in Ireland, television in India. Not only are we relying on RT to do programs, but we have our own station, our own news, our own journalists, we have our own reporters, we have everything. And it's unbelievable the transformation that has taken place. I read a survey last week, and this is a true figure, that 730,000 people tune in to the Irish language TV station every single day in Ireland at the moment. 4 million people tune in to watch TG4 as it's called at the moment, which is a quarter of the population of Ireland. The last census, over 1 million people said that they had a proficiency in the Irish language, that they either could understand it, that they could speak it, or that they had a certain knowledge of the Irish language. So, and this has all happened in the last 10 years because people realise that you're going to learn English anyway because of television influence, because of media, because of the importance of it's the first language in the whole world right now. But they said we have to have our own identity as well, so that's why the emphasis is down on the Irish language. Interesting story. When I was growing up, my grandfather wrote a book called Memories of a Mailman, and he was telling me that he came to America in 1923, spent 15 years here and went to the University of Philadelphia and studied did 9 classes and studied down there. And he was saying when he was working out on the building sites that there was a very popular thing among the Irish construction workers at the time. And I don't know if anyone ever hear the story, but I presume it's a true story. But it just shows how the Irish language was brought to America in the early years, and yet maybe 70 years later we're still continuing on afterwards. He was out on the building site one day and he was saying that, you know, a lot of the guys that come over from Connemara and other places were still speaking Irish, and you used to always be saying to each other, you know, I'm digging to, do you understand? So the Americans couldn't understand it at the time, so he believes, and all the people at the time said, I'm digging to. The American people in the translation was, do you dig it? You dig the beat, it means I'm digging to a beat. You understand the beat. So you could say that we have a huge influence, our language had a huge influence on the American society as well, right? One of the things that I wanted to talk to today is a newer technology on off information. Technology is very, very important. And to a large extent, and I think we say things like Tower Circle and working in the Irish Echo and, you know, wherever we are as people, that the Irish people and the Irish language has been for donkey's years, it has been always association with people that, this is a personal view, I think that there's been people that would say that we go and do classes and we learn. Irish language to me is 10 times more important than that. We should use it for whatever we're doing. And if something new comes on, like the internet, we should have Irish in on the internet. It should be a central part of everybody's life, that if they want to do something in Irish, no matter what it is, that they should be allowed to do it. Be it you want to go online and send emails in Irish, then you should be allowed to do that. So often I think that you have to change the way people think about the Irish language. And that's why, if this was a room in Ireland, Irish people, because they were brought up with the Irish language and over years, up to the last while, you know, they've been always said that Irish isn't as important as English. I'm saying that Irish is probably more important than English at the moment. Because for the very simple reason that no matter where you go, you're going to meet people that are going to be able to speak English. And the only thing that's going to make you stand out is your own identity. And that's what gives Irish people their identity in their language. As somebody once said, to understand the people, you have to understand their language. And our language is Irish, so it's important that we understand it. Okay? Another one, Ella. A consciously new technology. And the Ericsson Ruddy in engineering. It tusen and over the agus Laura Hockedy is beyond punch as the T-Mode and a base of the free and Changa. People in the game of regions spoke the language. Everybody knew that they spoke. When you went over a certain line in Galway, you could say they were all the Irish speakers. When you went over a certain line in Kerry, you were going to the Gaels up there with Irish. Same in Donegal, the same in Meath, Waterford and Mayo. Today, because people, first of all, have got their own Irish newspapers, they have their own Irish TV station, they have their own radio stations. There is more Irish speakers outside the Gaeltacht regions in Ireland at the moment than there is in the Gaeltacht regions. And a lot of them are probably in America, which is a brilliant thing to say. And you have them, you know. So, the key to realise is that Irish should be something that is new, not something that's old. And I always felt growing up that, you know, because it was the way that Irish was taught at times and the way that it came from our history, and when people couldn't survive actually, that all people always looked to Irish as something as backward. That has to change. Irish language is something that's new, it's modern, it's internet, it's e-commerce, whatever it takes, that's the way we have to go. In the 80s and 90s, people didn't realise as much as they do today because of the influence of the Irish media that's out there. We have Irish newspapers, Swincha, Irish Echo, Barra's Column, we have the internet, and there's hundreds of Irish sites on the internet at the moment. Places like Tara Circle, Dalton and Belgium. People gradually are realising who will talk up our leg, who will also niche. Mata to give with the Kinchianas, Mata to give you a much in the end of the America, Tarchan, Nishiniana. So, I'm going to talk to you, and for Galari should be shot, and you know, after the internet of Guinea, because when you think of Irish, think of the world. Just don't think of Tara Circle, don't think of Dalton and Belgium, don't think of this is our little close-knit group. The Irish language is something for everybody. It's as modern as we want to make it, and the key to success is that we're always looking forward, not to be looking back, not to be saying, well, you know, of course it's important to say that my father or my mother came from Ireland and she spoke Irish. It's twice as important to say, I'm from America and I must speak Irish. So that we have to, it's like, Muna arguing was, if something doesn't change, bossy shit. If the Irish language doesn't keep changing, it'll die as well. So, as we progress, we have to keep on changing all the time, and the Irish language has to change with us. And one of the ways that it can change is that not to look at our own group as important, look at every group is equally important, and the important thing is that we're looking forward. Another one on spatial, a harla, in Ireland. Something important that has happened in Ireland in the last 2 years. Tá Oscarna, Dahach in Ireland. Canon Bala Clear, Tá Canon Gorky, agus Tá Canon Gallup, especially the foot in the Hodge, not Coppermore. The city has a university now. And, you know, the Dini is told about the Oscarna, He'll Shidigan out. Cowan an Arch is small, Cowan the Copper is small, agus Rahmach Gianod Shin. So people, when they were developing the universities, which was very important, they said, well, we go to the centre of the population and we build a university there. Today what people are saying is, we go to the people